All right. Well, I saw this a few weeks ago, Saving Private Ryan. I went to see it in the Fathom events because I feel like this movie we should all share our thoughts on it because it is celebrating its anniversary this year. Directed by Steven Spielberg, and it just tells the story of following the beaches of Normandy landing a group of soldiers led by Colonel Captain Miller, played by Tom Hanks. He leads a group of his soldiers to find this Private Ryan who lost all his brothers in the war, and he has got a free ticket home now. Saving Private Ryan has been one of my favorite Spielberg movies. There's other ones that maybe appear higher on my top 100 list, but Private Ryan has been one I've probably seen probably the most, considering I didn't start watching that movie until I was about 14-ish years old or whatever when it came out. But it's been one that was like the first DVD that I ever bought. It was been one that I've just kind of put in on the background and watched it. So I've always seen it. So I know how it kind of plays out step by step. And it's a beautifully shot movie. It's has great characters and great performances in here. However, watching it on the big screen, having the Fathom events play it on the big screen where it kind of belongs, it gives me such a surreal experience where actually it moved me a lot more emotionally than I've ever been moved before. That Beaches of Normandy scene, while we all know it's an iconic piece of cinema, it brought me kind of to tears, especially with people yelling out for their mom and just uh, being kind of blown away by the visual scope of that sequence. It's pretty traumatizing, and seeing how it plays out and getting connected to these characters again, it definitely moved me in a way that I wasn't actually expecting. I thought it was just going to be, I'm going to go see this classic piece of cinema on the big screen. And while I love going to see these movies that I grew up on the big screen, I think seeing them on that screen is where you get the most out of them. And having the Fathom events uh, play there too, they give you not previews of the new movies coming out. They give you they show you the entire boot camp that these actors went to, which is something, and you get to actually meet the boot camp sergeant that they worked with, who got hired for this movie to train these actors to go through. And Tom Hanks, like, even though he didn't have to go on there, he actually chose to be at the boot camp. Steven Spielberg did like bounce out. He's like, no, I'm the director, I don't have to necessarily be there. But all the actors were a part of it. It was awesome. And seeing Paul Giamatti show up, Ted Danson show up, Bryan Cranston show up in the movie is also really crazy to see how star-studded this movie was. And I feel like this is a movie that we definitely should have talked about sometime this year. So that's why I want to kind of bring it up and kind of, what is your guys' takes on Saving Private Ryan?
But no, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm glad you saw it, Adam. I don't know why we haven't talked about this movie. It's obviously a great movie. I believe it is an uncut gem. We all love this movie. We're deep diving another uncut gem later in this episode. I forgot that Paul Giamatti was in it. Honestly, I should watch it. I haven't seen it in a long time. I'm intrigued by your mentioning of the first DVD you ever bought. That would be a good roundtable conversation. My first DVD I ever bought was Casablanca. I do want to hear what Todd and Terry have to say, but I want to add one more thing, which is I think, unfortunately, the historical legacy of Saving Private Ryan will be the movie that, of all the movies that have ever lost Best Picture, is probably the most deserving in retrospect, because it was campaigned by a heinous individual that ruined the Oscars for many years. And that movie should have won picture, it should have won actor, it should have won a lot more awards that night than it actually did, because it is a true masterpiece that I think anyone who watches it realizes right away it's a masterpiece and it's timeless.
It should not have won actor. we did a deep dive of a movie that should have won Best Actor in 1998.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay,
yeah.
all right, that's a little more debatable. Okay, can we agree that it was a misplaced Best Actor award because of someone who, campaigned behind the scenes and abused a lot of women?
Yes.
Sure. Probably yes. I've always said that Saving Private Ryan, the opening half hour of that is like one of the best, if not the best, piece of cinema ever. The Normandy invasion and showing it in that way is just remarkable. How they were able to do that and pull that off.
That's crazy. And I want to we did a power rankings of best scenes in a church. And watching this, the scene from Saving Private Ryan that I put on my list, you're like, I don't remember a scene there. It happened after Caparzo died, Vin Diesel's character, and you have who is that? Giovanni Ribisi rewriting the letter of Vin Diesel that to his dad, and you get all the guys talking. That's where they eventually like show the bet. Like, what's the bet? Like, what does the captain do? What's it up to? Oh, let me know when it's 500 and we'll split it. Like with Captain Miller, and they're trying to get to sleep, and you hear all the explosions going off in the background. It's a beautifully shot film. Like that just the beginning of the movie, like you said, it's probably one of the best like 30-45 minutes in movie history. It's got to be up there in the conversation.